Today I am going to be looking at the electrics and hopefully getting the wiring loom installed on the bike. I'm going to start by fitting the ignition barrel and bracket. It's awkward to get a tripod behind there, so I'm just going to fit it. It's basic stuff. The bucket of electrics. I've loosely hung the wiring loom roughly in its places. It's fairly logical layout. I think I'm missing a few clips that should be on the bike. There are cable clamps attached in various places, and the cables kind of want to route in a natural place. So you've got your battery bits coming down, you've got your magneto feed coming up, your regulator feed coming in, things like the flashy unit, and then round the back we've got the rear brake light. So I think once the headlight's on and the handlebars are on and all the cables are connected up, we can sort of cable tie them into the correct places and stop them roaming, and I think we'll probably call that about right. I've attached the handlebars roughly in the right position for now. It just allows me to start connecting up the cabling, get in the headlight bowl, and start putting the electrics in some sort of order. 5 minutes of gentle fettling has got the headlight bowl fitted. These are not the correct bolts. These are the new seat bolts for the XL250S, but as that's not going anywhere at the moment, I've pinched them. So they're currently holding the headlight bowl on. I will try and get the original ones and give these back to the XL when I get 10 minutes. Pretty much all the cabling that belongs in the headlight bowl is now in the headlight bowl. Still got the brake light cable to push through the back, but hopefully we'll start connecting up the colours and start getting that buttoned up. So we're getting there bit by bit. I've matched up all the cabling. I've even fitted the steering lock, which now swings into place, and then you can, if the steering's in the right place, lock it. So that's good. Little by little. I also took the opportunity to thread the throttle cable into the handlebars. I've connected up all the connections to the headlamp. The connections going up to the handlebar controls are in. I still have the what do you call them? Telltale lights. The lights basically for the speedometer and tachometer, but I don't want to connect them and have them flopping about and damage the paintwork until I get the clocks in. Also, I totally forgot, I pinched the bulbs for the XL, so I need to order some new bulbs for it. Electrically at the front end, I think we're all connected now. I fitted the clocks. The light bulb holders are in place, although there are 2 missing light bulbs from there, which I've just ordered from eBay. All the colour coding in here makes total sense. It's actually really nice compared to the mess that was the XL. This has been unmolested, so other than having to make a little jumper here because the original 4-way connector, one of the clips in there had broken, so because there are 4 connectors in here, I had to make 1 into 2 little jumper there, but that's the only repair I've had to make. So yeah, so it's looking pretty much like the headlight can be screwed into place, and then that's another job out of the way. Okay, I'll put the headlight in and the surround on. The surround is unfortunately beyond salvation. So at some point I will have to source another surround for it. I didn't really want to paint this yellow with the rest of the headlamp. I think it's quite nice having a contrast. So I'm going to try and get a reproduction one, or even an original. But nothing I can do about that right now. Got the clocks fitted. I haven't put the cables on them, so they may have to come out again. But we've got the tachometer and the speedometer with the original 3,567.7 miles on it. So yeah, it's still quite a low mileage bike, even though it's 47 years old now, nearly 48 years old. I took the time to strip down the resistor so that I could get to the casing, clean that up and paint it. I've tested it and it is to spec, so it's working, and it's now wired into the loom behind the headlight. Standoffs for the front indicators fitted. Firstly, I've got to put this aluminium block back onto the throttle cable. The throttle cable's in good condition, very smooth flowing, so I'm going to reuse that. I'm going to try and reuse as many of the cables as possible. That, I believe, drops in there. The next part is the slider, which I'm just going to liberally grease up, put back into its track. Lovely. I've loosely fitted the carburetor to the frame just to make sure that there's enough tension to pull the throttle closed again. I noticed when I ran the bike up before I stripped the handlebars that it wasn't doing that. So now's the test, and it is returning, so good. That's one of the issues sorted. It was just a case that this was so gummed up with old grease that it just had no lubrication.